I felt this call for a bit of time now to create a vision board, and I thought it would be really fun to take you along with me and go through the process together while drinking a cacao, or you can have a matcha or coffee or whatever it is you drink. I've had a lot of success in the past from creating vision boards, things manifesting that I didn't really even intend to manifest. For instance, this house that I am living in now, it was really unintentional and unexpected, but I had a house that looks exactly like the house that I have now on my vision board. I had this in mind, well, my partner and I had it in mind that we were going to get a house in years to follow. We were looking at saving up, but we didn't really have the money that we needed at that time. I put the house on there without really thinking about it. It was kind of just intuitive. I put the house on, and then a few months later of doing abundance meditations, we ended up manifesting the exact money that we needed to pay for a down payment for this house that we're in now. So it's crazy looking back and not really realizing these things. A lot of the times they tell you to just pick images that sort of resonate or excite you and put them on, and they don't really need to mean a specific thing, but just to follow your intuition. So I wanted to do kind of a mixture of things. I really, for this one today, I wanted to be a little bit intentional because there are specific things that I do want to manifest in my life, and I am working at manifesting in my life, and I think it would be nice to have a visual of what it is exactly that I want. So I'll be looking through images and choosing intuitively, but also intentionally. In the past, I have hosted vision board workshops, which has been a lot of fun. For those workshops, I was gifted actually a lot of the magazines that I used, and I have in this bin a little bit of images still from my past workshops that have been left over, so I'll be looking through that. And I'm also going to be picking some images off of Pinterest, just because there are a lot of images that I really like off of Pinterest that I've already saved, and I want to put those on as well. Before I did anything today, I got clear on creating a list of things that I want to manifest. So feelings always first for me. Feelings that I wrote were presence, soul deep love, abundance, and freedom. And then I wrote some of the things down that sort of fit with those feelings. So what I'm doing right now is just going through my already saved images that I have on Pinterest, because there have been some that I knew I wanted to add on it. And then I'm going to take a moment to go onto the explore page and see if there's anything that resonates. And then before I print them off, I'm going to go through the images that I have already from the magazines and then revisit my list and see if there is any that I was maybe missing that I wrote on the list before. So this took a lot longer than I expected it to. I'm all done my cacao now. I picked pretty intuitively, but then I looked at my list and saw if everything matched. I think there's a few things that I want to add, so I'm gonna look through my images. It's been definitely over a year since I've even looked at those, so I don't really even know what's on there. I'm just trusting that there is something on there that'll fit and that this is complete in its own way. So I'll print that now and I'll get some kombucha and get ready to make my vision board. So this was super magical. I finished up on the computer getting all of the photos, and then I just got this feeling to look for this witch hat that I've ordered literally like over a month ago. It came from Europe and I've been wanting it for years now, but I've just felt this call because I got a witch broom and I just wanted a hat to go with it, like an authentic hat. And after I was done on Pinterest, I looked and it just arrived, so I decided that it would be a perfect time to get the hat and do my manifesting with this hat that, and I brought my broom upstairs and my flowers, and I also brought my wand that my partner made that I actually haven't used yet, but I'm super excited. I got paper. This is watercolor paper. I printed off my pictures here, and then I have this bin that will go through to see if there's any pictures in it that resonates. So if you're doing this by yourself, all you really need is some kind of board paper to put it on. If you really wanted to, you could just use regular paper too. It doesn't even need to be colored. In my opinion, it's nicer to have a bigger piece of paper, and preferably something less wobbly, unless you're gonna actually hang it up on your wall. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do yet. You obviously need some kind of glue to put it on and some scissors to cut your pictures. And you could do like I did this time with the Pinterest images, just choosing whatever resonates or whatever you're working with, or you can get magazines. A lot of people have magazine subscriptions that they just no longer need, and they might be willing to part ways with it if you look around and ask. I find that that's a really cool way to do it too. There's some really good magazine art too that I've found in the past. That's where I did my first one, was all just magazines, and it was beautiful images. And I am done my cacao and moving forward onto my kombucha, and I wanted to be super fancy today and put it in this champagne glass just because, I don't know, this felt like a whole ceremony. Okay, cheers to new beginnings. I'm just gonna cleanse and bless this space before we begin, setting the intention to cleanse and let go of anything that no longer serves, so that I can get into a clear and mindful space as I manifest and attract in that which I desire. Just take deep breaths with me. I'm just gonna light this candle, working with the Lover's card. Oh, this feels powerful. I'm so excited. Now that I'm done cutting the pieces from Pinterest, I'm going to take a look through the images that I've had before. I think I'm gonna put, this is my old, it's just a sticker of my logo and then my spiritual name from when I was doing Kundalini yoga. I think I'm gonna put that in there. Oh my gosh, there's actually a lot of images. Okay, it's now time to place the images onto my vision board. I'm so glad that I decided to do this. I've been feeling called to doing it for so long, and I've just put it off. I'm gonna share the final results. I know there's this weird thing about not sharing what you're wishing for in case it doesn't happen, but I am not about that. I think that it is good to let people know what you're manifesting if you feel called to. If you feel like the people that you are telling it to are there to cheer you on and back you up and be there for you, and maybe not to the people that will just judge you and don't wish the best for you. That being said, I'm putting this on an open platform, but I'm really confident in my abilities to manifest, so I'm so happy with how they turned out. So this is both of them. I'll just go by one at a time. I love how they just kind of pieced together so perfectly. It felt like it was meant to be, and I feel really relaxed and just in alignment right now. So I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to see things as they unfold. Some of the things don't have specific meanings. It's more I was just called to it, or it's maybe the feeling that I'm trying to cultivate. For instance, this water one, just working with water. These are specific ones. I'm looking to travel. I love Arizona. I miss it. So my sister's in Scotland right now, so I really want to do a witchy trip to England and Scotland with her, and obviously visiting the Isle of Skye, so all the fairies and everything. Elephants, I've always been so connected to elephants. I feel like I know that I've had past life memories of being an elephant, and I've had specific elephant traumas come up in meditation, and I just think it would be so healing to actually physically be at a sanctuary and feeling their energy and nurturing and connecting that to them and healing from that trauma that I have been working on in losing my elephant baby in a past life. This one is connecting with nature. That is what I've been wanting to work with. I'm working at manifesting a house in the woods, so this is really the vibe that I want to go for. I put this house here because it was there and it was the only kind of house, and there's like woods around it, but I don't know, it's not specifically what I want, but I think it fit exactly there, and it was the one with the woods and everything, so I'm trusting it. But really I'm looking for the vibe of just looking out into the woods, maybe some water on my property, and really sounds really frivolous, but a hot tub is something that I've been wanting to manifest for a while. I just love water, and I live in I guess not northern anymore, but I live in Canada, and it's cold in the winter time, and I just think being able to be outside and get some vitamin D would be so healing. And I just picture gatherings with friends outside, and yeah, that's what I'm manifesting. Some organization, I love that. I'm looking at manifesting an RV. I've really been looking at doing that for quite some time now, and I don't know when or how it's gonna happen, but I just feel like it will happen, and putting it on there is a beautiful thing. This side is going on to more, it seems more relationships, but it's not quite specific about an outside partner, but more so about embodying the divine feminine and the divine masculine within me, and finding full union with myself and my soul, finding and experiencing full and soul deep love with myself, and then with my life, and then with my partner. So that's really what this whole thing is. I know that a lot of it is the physical masculine feminine, but really it's that yin and yang marriage that I'm looking for. This page, I love the colors that turned out on this one. I just really love the vibe. I always love like pastel pinks and purples and blues. My room is really decorated with that, my space. This is more so on the yoga and mala making side. So I am a yoga teacher, but I haven't been teaching in a while, and I'm really feeling called to that. So I'm putting some yoga things. This really reminds me of that too. Malas, I will be launching my mala business soon, so putting that there. I wanted to put one for financial freedom, but I didn't want to put money or anything. So just that feeling of financial freedom and abundance to me reminded me of a butterfly. So I put the butterflies there. Beside it is a womb. I love this picture so much. Just healing and connecting with my womb and with my menstrual cycle, and the divine feminine really is what that reminds me of. I love this purple one. It says, "What's meant for you will always find its way back to you." And it's just that reminder to let go, and see the one right beside it is, "You are exactly where you are meant to be." So really that feeling of openness and non-attachment, of feeling really in the flow with my life is what I'm looking at manifesting. What you seek is seeking you. So it's just that reminder of everything is my mirror, and that everything will be found within me. This one is really opening that divine feminine power, and same with this one. Above it, it says, "My heart is finally free from longing. I'm whole." I've just spent a lot of time, I have an anxious attachment style, just feeling sort of incomplete even when I'm in union. And I feel like that goes back to that other one of just finding that union within me and that I don't need to long for anything outside of me. Piano, I'm teaching myself piano, but just to have that reminder to get there because I feel so good. And I'd love to sing a little bit more too, so that in my mind will be reminding me to actually use my voice. The blueberry, I just wanted to do something about food, just working at healing my relationship with food and intuitive eating and eating really whole foods, and also not judging myself for any other foods, but just really adding a lot of whole foods into what I eat. Working at connecting with the fairies for quite some time, but always want to dive in deeper and actually learn how to communicate with them a little bit better. And this one, it's, oh my gosh, I did save that one for last. This one, I had a bit of resistance to, just with my relationship with my mother and some of the women of my lineage, just feeling this blocking of connecting to them. Also, I'm reading a book right now on inherited trauma, and it's really saying to connect with your parents and to heal that ancestral line. So that's what I'm working on, and I have a lot of resistance to it, but I think putting it on a board will be really healing. Oh, I guess I left this one for last. So women's circles, I hope we can gather in circles soon. We're still a little bit on lockdown, so it'll happen soon. And this is my logo, as I was saying earlier. So just really letting my business thrive. And I know I didn't put really anything for midwifery, but I think all of the other things I'm really looking at cultivating more, and those will all support me in my schooling and my practice as a midwife. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy about how they turned out. And I hope that you're inspired to make your own if you haven't before, or even if you have and you're ready for a new one. This can be a really good time right now. Always good to do around the new moon. New moons are when we want to plant seeds to manifest. But really, as I've said in other videos, following your intuition is number one. So doing it whenever you feel called. If you're watching this and you're inspired to do it immediately, then go do it immediately. I'm going to be sending off a blessing at the end too. So you can either come back to this or just feel that energy now and then put it into your vision board. As always, letting go is number one on manifesting and really cultivating that feeling. Looking at your vision board, remembering, coming back to the feelings that you want to feel and feeling them where you are now, appreciating what you have now, and focusing on being grateful for what is actually in your life now and what you can cultivate in your life now, and remembering that you are whole and have everything that you need in this moment now. If you're called to, you can close your eyes and maybe visualize something that you want to manifest, a feeling, a thing, whatever you want to manifest. And I'm just going to bless my vision board and also whatever vision that you have. Even if something doesn't come to mind, I wanted to send a little blessing onto you. Whatever is meant for you will find its way to you. You have everything that you need, and you are a magnet for all which is meant for you. You will attract exactly what you need at exactly the right time. You are worthy. You are abundant, you are free. Everything you wish for is already yours. All you need to do is be you to receive it. Leshnakwa, 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 leshnakwa. Deep breath in and exhale. And thank you for watching my channel. Please comment below, like, and subscribe. I would always love to hear from you. I see you and I appreciate you. And may you live a life that causes your soul to dance inside of your body.